Hi, I'd like to show you the first project you'll be making in CNMS 111, Digital Foundations. It's the dual enrollment course from Southern Maine Community College that we're taking part in. So this first project introduces you to Adobe's Photoshop program, and it is the program used for adjusting photos. You used Lightroom, which gives you some controls. Photoshop lets you do a lot more with photos and lets you combine them and change shades and all these sorts of things. You're going to be making a grid of 25 photos, and you're going to be applying different layers to them so that you can change the shape of them or change the shade of them. You'll see this is a sample right here, and I take these colors of these individual photos from kind of a purplish through a blue to green to kind of end up at sort of red. Photoshop works in layers, and you can see that each photo is a layer in this lineup here, and under each photo is a saturation layer so that I can change the color, the amount of color in each photo. So let me show you how that works. I'm going to start by quitting my Photoshop here, and I'll walk you through the process of what you're going to be doing. We won't bother saving that, but so the first thing to do is come up with some photos, and I'd like you to use the website called unsplash.com. Unsplash is a photography site that gives you access to a lot of free photos, and you don't even have to credit them, which is kind of helpful. You can, but you don't have to. I thought it was interesting to work with fractals, those repeating patterns you see in nature, in leaves and all sorts of things. And you can find all kinds of photos that work great. Just go ahead and click the little download button, and they'll put them right in your download folder. Once you get 25, and don't spend tons of time doing that because you really want to get into the work here of this project, you want to get them into a folder on your hard drive called Photoshop Grid. And you'll see I've got quite a few photos here. Photoshop is this little PS icon, and we're using Photoshop 2020. If you just have 2019, then it'd be good to upload it before you get going, or update it. This is the opening screen of Photoshop, and we want to create a new project. We're going to go ahead and give this a title. I've made a bunch of grids already today, so I'm going to call mine Grid 4. And we want it to be 10 inches across by 10 inches high, and the resolution is 300. I'm going to go ahead and create that, and it looks just like this. I've got a white background, and I'm good to go. I want to get this in the right place, so the first thing I'll do is I'll go File, Save As, and I want to make sure it saves into my Photoshop Grid folder. If I can't find that, just go down until you find your hard drive, click that, and get to that folder. All right, so I'm going to save this. Now, I have two things. Let's close up a few background things. I have my folder with all my many photos I'm going to use, and I have my Photoshop project. Well, I need to get those photos into Photoshop, and I want to show you the easiest way. Just go ahead and click on a photo just once, light it up, and drag it to Photoshop until that lights up, and it opens right in Photoshop. All right? So again, to do that, just go ahead and click a photo once, drag it to the PS icon, and there you go. So, this looks like a giraffe. That's pretty cool. Well, the first thing I need to do is I want to make this be able to fit in a 2-inch square here. Not an easy trick. These are all my tools. Move tool, rectangle, lasso tool, quick selection. I can just select little things. And here's a tool I want to use. It's called the crop tool. Well, I'm going to go ahead and click that. Yours might look different. Yours might start like this. what we want to have is a setting that says width by height by resolution. And we want to make that 2 inches by 2 inches by 300. Okay? So if you don't have the right settings up there, you can just go ahead and make it be 2 by 2 by 300. And you'll be good to go. You'll see it just made a 2 by 2 box. And I now have a section of this giraffe that I can use. Now, I may not want to use exactly this section. So I want to go ahead and click it. And now I can move my photo around so that I get just the right thing I want. The trick is you have to fill the photo. I don't want to have any gaps like that or like that. So I want to have a piece of this photo that's going to work great. And this looks like it's right there. So this is what I want to use. I can go ahead and hit the return key. And oops, I think I need to hit this again. I go ahead and hit that again. Sorry about that. And I've now cropped my photo. You'll see my photo now is very, very tiny. It is 2 by 2. Well, I want to get that onto this. So here's what I do. I go ahead and click this photo, and I just pull it down. Now you'll see that I have this photo in its own frame right in this. I need to use the Move tool, and I click that, put my cursor right on this photo, and I drag it right out. Now, this photo is 2 by 2, and you'll see it's its own layer right here. I can tell it's that photo because I can turn it on and off. And there you go. Let's do that to another photo. I'll pick this one, and I'll drag it to Photoshop. There you go. I'm going to hit crop, and I'll click once to get my actual crop tool. Now I can move it around. Let's get some of these pink flowers on the bottom. Let's make sure all my edges are full of photo. And I'm going to click this one more time. And now I have my photo. I'm going to drag this out. And now I'm going to go to the Move tool. And I'm going to drag this out. And now I have this photo. And see how they like snap right together? I don't want to put it over. I want to make sure my lines snap right in place. Okay? So I'm going to do that 25 times. And I'm going to get all of my photos into Photoshop. And let's see, what just happened with that one? I think I missed that one. Sometimes you might find that it sort of misses, maybe even get the wrong program like I might have right there. Here we go. I'm going to hit the crop tool. I'll hit it one more time so I get my grid. I can now move this around, keeping my lines. I'll go ahead and select that crop. I'm going to drag this down. I'm going to use my Move tool and move it out. And I think I'll plop that right there. Now I'm going to keep doing this, all right? And I'm going to build this grid all the way. Once I have that grid fully built, I have 25 photos. I want to make a decision on how this is going to look. And that's where part 2 of this video comes in. So go ahead and start building your grid, get 25 photos, and then I'll show you part 2. Thanks.